Hi everybody, we're back in 1991. I've done a few songs with Kylie doing the 90s. It's almost like I'm going back to give you certain songs that were either underrated or to being even more popular, but now it's making a resurgence because Kylie in 2025 has had the third rebirth of her career and it's become so global and so popular. It's almost like people can't get enough of her. So I went back and I found this particular performance that I felt, if you look at her now in 2025, you would see the birth of this new Kylie, this pop icon from the 80s into the 90s, this confident rebirth of a woman that found herself in the music industry and knew which direction she was taking, just in this performance. It's called Finer Feelings, and I'll give you a bit of background about it because the younger fans, I feel, need to appreciate why we love Kylie so much. Not just for the Tension tour or her Madame, since they've discovered her, but this is the reason why. Because she birthed from, in the music industry, a pop icon that just, with Stockade and Waterman, and she went into a song called, this is the song, Finer Feelings. And it was released from Let's Get To It and planned as a follow-up to Word Is Out at the time, but was held back after the release If You Were With Me Now. Now, Finer Feelings, everybody, appeared in April 1992. It was remixed by Brothers Rhythm, whom Kylie would continue collaborating with through the 1990s and continued with Steve, and this is a name, Anderson into the present, and narrowly missed out on the top 10 at the time, peaking at number 11 UK charts. So the critical reception, Brittany Porter listed the track as one of her 5 most underrated songs, and I agree with Brittany, and that's as far as I'm going to go with this song. It's as much as you need to know, because we're going to come back and I'll have a synopsis for you about what the song is about. But I want you all to savor the performance in Germany. She was live at the ZDF Silverstone show. Sylvester. I'll get it eventually. I just need more coffee, everybody. Sylvester. Goodbye, 1991. So what was that about? New Year's Eve in Berlin, Kylie appeared to say goodbye to 1991, where this song had been released and being a great hit for her. Not as popular as some of her previous, but she was transforming. And earlier in 1991, Kylie appeared in Berlin with frizzy hair, or a perm, it's a perm, frizzy hair, a perm with blonde highlights, and she looked about 15. The transformation in this appearance set the tone, in my estimation, in my personal musical critique way. I saw this as how Kylie birthed herself to become the Kylie in 2025 that now is so global, everybody knows her and loves her. Take a look, take a listen, and see if you agree, and come back for a very short synopsis of what the song's about. But in the meantime, enjoy this live performance.
You can give to me anything I couldn't get for myself. Tonight, without some tender meanings, it ain't love without the finer feeling. But what is love without the finer feelings? It's just sex without the sexual healing. Passion nights without some tender meanings. It ain't love without the finer feelings. What is love without the finer feelings? It's just sex.
Vielen Dank, Kylie Minogue. Dankeschön. Feiner Feeling. Goodbye.
Thank you, Jane is right, because she introduced 1991 on New Year's Eve in Berlin, this live show here, to the world with that song. And she was saying goodbye to 1991 because that's the year of release of that song. And as I said, she made an earlier appearance. And I want to point out something to all you, and I think Kylie Minogue fans will agree with me here. The older ones, particularly the younger ones, or let's say middle-aged ones who have grown up with her, know of her, aware of her, but especially my age group, because I have a keen eye for this. We all know Friends, the soap from America that became so famous with Jennifer Aniston and her hairstyle. And that hairstyle was inspired by Kylie Minogue. And I've argued that from the 90s. When I saw this particular video in first, I said to people, do you know that in around 1995, Jennifer Aniston became famous for her hairstyle? But Kylie Minogue had it in a video, and I couldn't remember the name of the song in the arguments initially. But then I found the video, and I have used it since. Said, go and check it out. She was in Berlin. She did this concert, what you've just seen. And that hairstyle that's tight around the face and going down to the neck and everything was sensational at the time. It made Kylie go from the permed haired girl, when she sang it earlier in 1991, to this rebirth of a diva superstar in the making. And that proved my point. But also I said, look at the hair. Jennifer Aniston was inspired by Kylie Minogue. I don't care what person says to me, no, she came up with the style and the hairstylist, and the hairstylist was probably gay, a big Kylie Minogue fan, and he had seen the style and thought, wow, I can improvise on this, because everybody improvises, takes and improvises. Even I do on this show. So that is my point as well I wanted to make. I'll leave you to comment, either agree or not agree. But I am telling you, that Kylie Minogue look inspired Jennifer Aniston to have the 1995 sensational look that actually, it's hard to believe an actress is so famous for her hair more than her acting. And then when you look at her acting, you realize, well, I understand why her hairstyle was more famous, Jennifer Aniston. So back onto Kylie and what is the song about. So welcome back, Kylie. I'm doing 2 more tributes to Kylie because she's on the Tension tour. She's garnered a lot of attention from younger fans. People are just savoring every single video now that she's ever done. But I wanted to give in a tribute to Kylie on my channel, a series of songs in the 90s where I feel Kylie turned the pop icon thing around to become the Kylie that is so loved now globally, with that hairstyle, with the look. And I'm doing other videos with a similar hairstyle and look deliberately to prove my point about the Jennifer Aniston look. It was inspired by Kylie. I will not listen to any arguments from any Americans saying, no, I'm a Jennifer Aniston fan and that. No, I'm sorry. I'm a Kylie Minogue along with millions of other people now. And I'm telling you, calm down, calm down, calm down. Because I am right. So, the song we've discussed, Kylie, we've watched, now the lyrics and the meaning. This is very short, so don't be worrying. Finer Feelings explored the idea of love that cannot thrive within deeper emotional connections and meaning. And the lyrics, all they're doing is conveying a message of the importance of emotional intimacy in a relationship. that highlights the inadequacy and purely of the physical and the superficial connections. Because you hear Kylie, comparing the sex to the mental, to the physiology of love being a lot more than just about sex. Because in the first verse, Kylie's asserting that independence through the lyrics and implying that she doesn't need material possessions or someone else to fulfill her needs. And we have to remember Kylie was actively involved in lyrics and getting involved in the writing of lyrics from the 90s particularly. So I'd say Kylie had an input in this. And however, Kylie also acknowledges her own vulnerability and understanding of human emotions. She certainly does in this particular song, Finer Feelings. The chorus, it emphasizes that love, that finer feelings, which refers to, I really think, to that deep tenderness and intimacy. And it becomes reduced more to just passing over sexual encounters, maybe, that she's had. But it lacked healing, it lacked fulfillment, it lacked that aspect of a genuine connection. They were just intimate connections, let's put it that way, that she had. And the repetition of the chorus that keeps almost like a chant, it just reinforces how she felt. There was no connection, it was just sex. So verse 2 reflects Kylie's frustration, because this is where I feel it comes in a little bit about a partner. Who it was, I don't know. And displays selfishness and lacks emotional control, leaving her feeling cold and unsatisfied. Now, a lot of people say when she dated Michael of In Excess Hutchison's sign, I can never say his surname, and I'm so sorry to all the millions of fans around the world, R.I.P. Michael. I feel a lot of that comes into her songwriting years after. But in and around this particular time, I don't know who it could have been. But it does suggest a lot of emotional and lack of empathy for any relationship she was going through at the time. There's just no connection, nothing. She was just going through the finer feelings of the physical and enjoying it for what it's worth, basically. And the bridge in the lyrics just talks and reinforces all that I've said. And overall, Finer Feelings is about the importance to people of an emotional depth other than the physical. It's about tenderness to them. It's about meaningful experiences. Sharing a coffee, getting up in the morning and sitting. And everyone says on a balcony, I suppose. No, not on a balcony, down in your kitchen table where 99.99% of people have their coffees. And sit with your loved one and put your hand in their hand and just say, I love you. I have done that every day for 16 years with my partner. And I always, every day, kiss my partner and say, I love you. You're my soulmate. Because they are. And I want you to realize that means more than the physical. It's about reducing love to physical can be a dangerous thing, because if that's all you're after, that's all you'll ever get in life. But if you're a person that wants a bit more, you'll just have to wait the waiting game. And that's what it's about. It's about all that emotional intimacy and fulfilling the connection when it eventually comes. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out all my Kylie 90s songs and give your likes to them. And your comment hopefully will lead to subscribing to my channel, because I represent artists from all over the world. The songs I feature are underrated, usually unheard of, and the kind of music I play is nuance, past and present, bands that deserve your ears. So give them a chance if you do join, and I hope you do. Take care for now. Bye bye.